over your head a little bit. Okay, but if you've got any questions afterwards, feel free to get in touch with me. You will have this presentation, you will have the recording, so you can always refer back to it. But it's very important for me to explain how the mind firstly works. Okay, it's very important for you to understand why NLP is so powerful, okay, for making these unconscious shifts, and understand the importance of actually tapping in to the unconscious mindset's level. Okay, so hopefully you guys are starting to see already why it's so important. And throughout the rest of this presentation, it's going to become clearer and clearer and clearer. So I'll just wait for a few more guys to maybe get back. How's everyone doing? Everyone settled and ready to move on? If you haven't already replied, please send me a reply. Okay, it looks like everyone's ready to go. Okay, so we talked a little bit about the unconscious mind just now. Sorry, the conscious mind. Okay, now we're going to talk a little bit more about the unconscious mind, because that's really what we want to learn how to tap into. Okay, remember 99.9% of us and what we're doing and how we're going about our lives on a day-to-day basis, okay, a lot of this is being processed by our unconscious mind. So it's very important to know how we work, right? Very important to know how we work. Now, I just want to just give you an analogy firstly before I go into the unconscious mind here and how it works. A lot of people talk about the mind being like a computer, and it is. Okay, think of your mind as, the hard drive. It's a computer. Okay, and you're processing all of this information very, very quickly. Okay, now think of your conscious mind more as a driver, okay, than anything else. So now you as a person, okay, obviously use your computer, right? And you consciously make the choices on which application to run, okay, and which software to use. However, there's a lot happening under the bonnet, okay? So what you don't see is all the processing that's taking place within the mindset of the computer in order for these software applications to run, in order for you to be able to actually use them, right? Now, you've got to think of everything that's stored in your mind, on your unconscious mind's level, as files and folders, okay, which your mind will actually reference back and forth very quickly. Now, there is a programming language for your mind, okay, which I'm going to break down in the next couple of slides. There is a programming language, okay, that your mind uses to decide or determine how these applications work. Okay, your emotions, your behaviors, okay, are all nothing but automatic programs, okay, which fire off or trigger based upon external events that take place within your experience in this thing we call life. Okay, so what is the unconscious mind? Okay, the unconscious mind makes no logical, moral, or ethical judgments about the objects of its thoughts and about thoughts themselves. It leaves that role to the conscious mind. Your unconscious mind is more involved in the processing of information. Okay, it doesn't actually make logical or ethical judgments on the content, which is your thoughts, right? It is largely uncritical of throughput from the conscious mind. Okay, so it doesn't make any judgments of whether it may be right or wrong. It doesn't do that. It is what it is. Okay, that's how your unconscious mind works. So, however, when repeatedly told by the conscious mind that a certain thing is true, the unconscious mind can start to act accordingly. And this is where, some people use positive affirmations. Okay, now affirmations do work But however, you do have to tap into the unconscious mind in order for them to work. Okay, so usually you would have to have your mind at a particular brainwave in order for it to work. Okay, so you have to have already got your mind to the state of unconsciousness in a way, okay, or a level where your conscious and unconscious mind is working together. And a lot of that can be gained through, hypnotherapy and some of the language models we use in NLP. However, through some of the language models and techniques that we use in NLP, we're actually directly able to talk to the unconscious mind, okay, and bypass the conscious mind. Okay, what the unconscious mind will do if you do actually repeatedly tell your unconscious mind things that are true consciously, okay, the unconscious mind will begin to align its resources within the judgments of the conscious mind. So, for example, if you consciously keep saying to yourself that trading is difficult or that losing money in trading is bad, the unconscious mind will obligingly provide a fear response to that, okay, that fires off automatically whenever you trade. And sometimes we may do this on an unconscious level as well, but even consciously, if you're saying to yourself, "Oh, trading is difficult, I keep losing money, okay, that's not good, that my trading is bad at the moment," and that's going to have a huge effect on your unconscious mind. Your unconscious mind is going to take that information and say, "Okay, if that's the case, let that be our experience. Let's make that happen for you." Okay, if this is what you're telling me, okay, that trading is difficult, let's make it difficult. Okay. If your focus is losing money, okay, and that's what your thoughts are all based upon, okay, losing money in trading, okay, your unconscious mind will actually quite happily give you a response to that, okay, and usually it's fear, okay. So think of this as you're launching an application through the language that you're using, okay. The language that you're using is actually really sort of the trigger in a way. There's a number of other things as well. Okay, so in effect, the unconscious mind frees up the conscious mind to specialize as a more of a discriminator. Okay, so as we said, it's a more logical thinker. Okay, the unconscious mind isn't as much of a logical thinker. It's more automatic. The unconscious mind takes care of the clutter that would otherwise slow down quick judgments and the exercise of discretion. So basically, the unconscious mind manages all those things that we do not need conscious awareness of. Okay, so all the things that the unconscious mind can deal with without our need for conscious awareness or conscious effort, it will deal with. Okay, and this is usually how emotions work. Okay, our emotional behaviors. Okay, remember, emotions are just that, they're behaviors. Okay, they're responses that are triggered to an event or an experience. Now, think about it in your trading. You don't really say to yourself, "I want to feel fear, I want to feel angry," or whatever. "I want to feel anxiety." It just happens, right? It's your unconscious mind's reaction to that event, okay, to that experience. Okay, and as I said, the experience is actually determined, your behavior is determined by your filters. What we're going to be working on the filters today. So it's important for you to understand why we're going to work on the filters, and that's what I'm trying to get into here. Okay, at any given moment, the unconscious mind is regulating more of our physiology than is the conscious mind. So if you think about it, how is your body functioning right now? A lot of it's functioning unconsciously. Your heart beats not through conscious effort, but through the unconscious mind. Your unconscious mind is very powerful in that fact. Okay, as a result, the unconscious mind is a primary determinant behavior. Okay, as a result, the unconscious mind is a primary determinant of behavior. Neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, uses these external behavioral clues to see beyond the conscious mind activity to the processes that are running at the unconscious level. Okay, so as we talked about before, NLP is going to use these external behavioral clues to see beyond the conscious mind activity to the processes that are running more on the unconscious level. Now, I talked about the unconscious mind having its own language, okay, its own sort of programming language, okay, its own code. But just as software applications on computers are written in codes, okay, it's the same way everything that processes throughout your unconscious mind is actually put together or gelled together through this code. Okay, the unconscious mind's programming language is known as what we call the submodalities. Okay, these are the distinctions made by us through our representational systems, being that visual, auditory, or kinesthetic, that encode and give meaning to our experiences. Okay, some of the submodalities, or some people may look at submodalities more as details. Okay, the details to the visuals that the unconscious mind sees, the details to the auditory information the mind processes, and also the feelings that we feel. Okay, on an unconscious level, the unconscious mind knows what these feelings are based upon where they are, the size of the feelings, okay, the intensity of the feelings, whether they're steady or changing, that sort of stuff. So these are basically the sort of details the unconscious mind uses, and these are known as the submodalities in the field of NLP. Right, so visually, our unconscious mind, we may think about a particular belief, or we may think about a particular event, okay? And when we think about a particular event, we may actually feel the emotions, okay? Now, those emotions will have a location. For some, they may be, it may be in your stomach, it may be within your body, it may be outside your body. It's unique to you as a person. Spare me a sec, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is what encodes the meaning to the events and experiences that we have. Okay. So visually, we may, see something, or we may hear something even. Okay, on the unconscious level, that gives meaning to the experience that we're currently having in life. Okay, and a lot of this happens automatically, as I said. Okay, so we may not actually see this consciously. Okay, but on the unconscious level, okay, for every experience that we have, okay, every event that we may process, every emotion that we feel, okay, we will have these details associated with it. Now, some of the details about the visuals that we see, maybe color, maybe black and white, maybe near, maybe far, maybe bright, or maybe dim. It may have a location. The image may be to the left of you, maybe to the right of you, maybe right in front of you, maybe behind you. Now, you've got to trust your unconscious mind when you're working with the unconscious mind. It knows how to work itself, right? All you've got to do is trust it, okay? You trust the unconscious mind, it will work with you, okay? So rather than trying to encode the meaning consciously, okay, let the unconscious mind bring about the sensations, the feelings, and the sounds that may be associated to certain experiences. Okay, and begin to make a little bit more sense as, again, the presentation goes on and you begin to work with some of the techniques. Now, that's the conscious and unconscious level. Okay, now there's something that I do work with some traders, okay, which wish to go on to that level. Now, not a lot of people believe in the superconscious level. Okay, so if you don't, that's fair enough, but I have to discuss based upon my own beliefs and what I know works. Okay, so for me, one of the most powerful areas to work on is the superconscious level. Now, the superconscious level is something which you won't hear too much about, okay, unless you're into more metaphysics and, maybe if you're a more spiritual person, then you may have a better understanding of how this may work. Okay, so Okay, so the super consciousness, okay, basically steps beyond the mind, okay, and time-space reality. Okay, you become the silent observer of the mind. Okay, so you're no longer the conscious mind or the unconscious mind. You're actually the observer of both minds. Okay, and there is techniques and methods which I can share with you if you guys are interested in how to do this, and probably will be, or maybe even do an event later on. But you know, we've got a lot to cover just alone, as it is. So I won't be going on to this into this too much. However, the technique that I've shared with you guys, the NLP meditation that I put together for you guys, you will actually, so most of you will begin to experience a sense of super consciousness. Now, it's very difficult to explain super consciousness. Okay, it's difficult to put into words. Okay, it has to be experienced. You'll know when you experience super consciousness. Now, for some, this may be a little bit weird, maybe a little bit freaky. That's fine. Okay, if it's not something that you want to tap into, that's fine. If it's not something you believe in, that's fine. However, when you have the experience, you'll know it's there. Okay, so this is the next level after you begin to work on the conscious and unconscious minds level. Okay, you actually step beyond them. You step beyond the mind. Okay, you step beyond the conscious and unconscious mind. You actually observe what is happening on the unconscious minds level. Okay, but you have to run through techniques such as meditation. Okay, to become more silent. Okay, and learn to observe your thoughts. Okay, as they manifest themselves. And through NLP, in a way, when you do these techniques and you begin to observe more on the unconscious level, you automatically fall into this super conscious mindset, okay, where you are actually the observer. And without knowing it, you are actually going there. Okay, for you to be able to actually work on the unconscious level and actually see what's happening on the unconscious level, you must be beyond it. Okay, you must be observing the unconscious mind in order for you to understand what is happening on the unconscious mind, right? So it's something to maybe think about there. So working on just the unconscious mind for some is going to be a huge breakthrough. But through doing that, just remember that you being the observer, okay, if you're observing the unconscious mind, you are no longer the unconscious mind, right? You've stepped beyond it. So now if you are not the mind, what are you? Okay, just a little food for thought there. Now, this can get very deep. For some of you guys that have worked with me on a one-on-one level, I open my mind, open myself up. Now, I don't like to hold back. Okay, if you guys know who I am, okay, and a little bit of how I work, I don't hold back. I open myself up, and likely, you know, I like for you guys to open yourselves up. Okay, it's the only way to succeed, not only in trading, in all areas of life, is to be an open person. Okay, and actually to begin to work on your mindset level, you have to learn to open up. Be honest with yourself. Now, for some of you, this will resonate with you, and you will actually feel the truth in this. For some of you, you may be thinking, you know, what is this guy going on about? What has this got to do with trading? Okay, you may not see it yet, but someday you will. Okay, so some of you guys are probably seeing how deep this can go, right? Who's feeling that? Excellent. Good. I've got a response from most people here, so excellent. So now this is what it's all about. Okay, for me being a trader's coach, you know, you guys have probably been in my trading room. Okay, you've seen, you know, I can teach you methods, right? Okay, but the methodology is only a small aspect of it. At some point, you have to begin to work on the mindset level. And now, me being a trader's coach, you know, what kind of coach am I if I don't tell you the truth? Right? Now, I need to share the truth. I need to be open with you guys. I need to not just pretend that it's just technical, okay, because it's way beyond technical. Okay, me and Brian, okay, and what we do in our trading, okay, it's not come about from just looking at charts and trading. Okay, there's another level you have to tap into. Right. So let's have a look at how the unconscious mind is hardwired to prevent you from succeeding in trading. This is going to be an eye-opener for some of you. Okay, some of you guys are going to think, what the hell? You'll see why 95% of traders fail. You guys know why? Okay, this is going to explain why. And now I've only learned this through working with so many traders. Okay. Now I've also worked with a lot of guys on the NLP level. Okay, on the mindset level. Now we've through working with people, we get a better understanding of how we work. Okay, not just through becoming a practitioner and becoming certified. That's not how you learn. You learn more through opening yourself up, just asking yourself questions. Why do I do the things I do? A lot of the answers are within yourself. Okay, however, you won't know the answers unless you open up. So you just, through questioning yourself, you'll begin to realize that a lot of this is true. So now this is going to be something which I think most of you guys have probably not realized. And it's something which I haven't really talked about as much, even in the seminar environment when I've done the NLP program before. This is something which I usually tap into on more of a one-on-one level. And through my experience of sharing this information with others, it's made the guy see that, wait a minute, I see what this is all about now. You'll begin to see why you need to really, I can't stress it enough, really begin to do some practical techniques that work on the mindset level. Okay, you guys ready for this? Get ready to be blown away. Okay, the highest intention of your unconscious mind in a way is to stop you from succeeding. Let's think about that for a sec. The highest intentions of your unconscious mind is always to protect you and help you survive. Okay, it's hard coded in our DNA as being human beings. Our unconscious mind's main purpose, its highest intention, is to just keep you alive. Okay, how do you think the body heals itself? You don't do it with conscious effort, right? Now, the unconscious mind is a superb healer, not only on a physical level, also on a psychological level. However, traditionally, through our conditioning, through the system that we live in, our unconscious mind has already been pre-programmed just to keep you where you are. It is hardwired to keep you within your comfort zones, only ever giving you enough to get by and survive. Only if you change its patterns can you change this. How many traders experience a trading account that just hovers around break even? I've experienced this myself, okay? With working through traders for all these years. It's not about the method. Guys, I can show you hundreds of methods, thousands of different trading methods that work. It's not about your method. It's one of the things I always say, it's important to get a method, right? And get a method that works and a plan that fits you and suits your personality. However, once you have that, if you still can't succeed with that method, or even if you can succeed, but then you feel yourself falling back into the same old routine, into the same, where you first started. A lot of traders do well at first, and then they just to give it back. back to break even, or hover around break even. Make some money, give it back. Make some money, give it back. How many of you guys have been there? Okay, now some of you may even be doing very well in your trading, consistently profitable. Yeah, consistently profitable. However, how many of you have got to a level where you think, I just can't get beyond this? Maybe you get to a level where, okay, I make £1,000 a day, okay? I make £5,000 a day, but I can't just get beyond this, okay? I want to increase my position sizes, but something within me just doesn't allow me. Every time I increase my position sizes, okay, I struggle. I don't trade the same way as I do with small size. Now, I know this for sure because I've experienced this myself. I trade much better with smaller size than I do with bigger size. Now, I had to understand that this is a limiting belief of mine. I'm limiting my potential through holding this belief that I can't trade the same way with bigger size, even though my account capital allows for me to. Even knowing that I'm only risking 1% of my account capital. Now, I had to step beyond this through doing the exact techniques that I'm going to show you today. Okay, so I'm going to show you the reason why we stay in this state where we just have enough. Okay, we get by even with trading. Okay, you'll see this not just in trading, in all areas of life. Okay, there's a cycle. Okay, successful trading involves embracing losers and taking risks, and it involves uncertainty. For some, that goes against our unconscious mind's programming. Okay, it goes against what we believe is the right thing to do. We are conditioned. We are already conditioned through the system that we live in, through the life that we experience, that losing is bad, that taking risks is not good. Okay, uncertainty is bad. Okay, our unconscious mind will do whatever it can to protect us from doing anything that involves taking these risks, embracing losers, taking risks, working with uncertainty. Your unconscious mind will automatically fire off all sorts of emotional behavioral responses, such as anxiety, fear, if you do not begin to reprogram the unconscious mind. Okay, you have to reprogram the unconscious mind to accept that the above, embracing losers, taking risks, and uncertainty, okay, is okay. It's the right thing to do. Okay, so if you do not reprogram the unconscious mind to accept the above by changing your beliefs associated with risk, uncertainty, and losing, it'll be very difficult to move to the next level. Right, guys? Understand, I've just underlined the beliefs there. We have beliefs associated with risk, uncertainty, and losing. Now, if we don't reprogram these beliefs, they will always hold us back. Now, some of you are probably getting the feel for where I'm going with this now. It's all about beliefs, guys. It's all about what you believe. And in terms of trading, it's about your beliefs about risk, uncertainty, and losing more than anything else. Okay, let's keep on going on into this now. Okay, how is the unconscious mind hardwired to prevent you from succeeding in trading? How is it? Now, some people, some of you guys may not actually agree with this. Fair enough. Okay, if you don't agree with this, that's your own belief, right? That might be a limiting belief, but it's a belief, right? Now, if you guys are already successful and you don't need this information, okay, you might want to think again. I think to take this off to the next level, okay, I think all you guys are here for a reason, right? Okay. If there's nothing for you to learn, you wouldn't even attend such events. Okay, so if you guys are learning something, that's the main thing. Okay, if you guys are beginning to feel that you're gonna get a big breakthrough today, I'm 100% confident that you are as well. Okay, so let's carry on. Think about the most common reasons why traders fail. Okay, most of you guys are trading or just started trading. Okay, so if you just started trading, I think most of you guys, from what I know, are pretty much involved in trading at some point, even if you're not trading live, at least sim trading. And some of you guys will experience some of this even when you're sim trading. Now, if you're experiencing this while you're sim trading, okay, my recommendation is to not go live until you can actually sim trade successfully, firstly, anyway. Okay, now, whenever you transition to live, okay, make sure your mindset is conditioned, okay, to put you in positive states that will actually, therefore, produce positive behaviors that will actually serve your trading rather than sabotage your trading. So some of the common things that we're all probably too familiar with, why traders fail. From my experience working with traders, the biggest thing I hear, the most commonly experienced things I hear are holding on to losers, snatching up profits, and fear of pulling the trigger. Now, there are more, but these are the main big ones. Right? Holding on to losers, snatching up profits, fear of pulling the trigger. Now, think of the unconscious mind's highest purpose, which, again, to repeat, is to keep you safe and protected. Okay, now the above required behaviors, okay, or sorry, what the above reasons are the reasons why you fail, right? Okay, but the behavioral changes that need to take effect, okay, go against the purpose of your unconscious mind. Okay, the reason this is, if you look at it, it's holding on to losers. Okay, the unconscious mind does not want you to accept a loss if it can help it. Okay, so the reason why you're holding on to losers is because your unconscious mind doesn't want you to accept the loss if it can help it. It will do what it can to stop you from taking a loss. Because why? It believes losing is bad. Your unconscious mind, if you have a belief that losing is bad, now most of us do. Okay, however, that belief, holding that belief in your trading will sabotage your trading. Now, losing is bad in certain areas of life, if you like to believe so. However, holding that belief and taking that into your trading with you is going to sabotage your trading. Think about it. Okay? The unconscious mind will do what it can to stop you from taking a loser. So is it any surprise that so many traders hold on to losers? 95% of traders experience that they hold on to losers, even though they know consciously that they shouldn't do it. Yet why do they continue to do it? Why do they continue to do it? It's because the unconscious mind is already programmed to not accept losing. Okay, so you have to bring about the ability to accept losing without no fear. Okay, however, the thing that would stop you, okay, is the belief that losing is bad. Snatching up profits. Let's look at that. A lot of traders fall into this snatching up profits cycle. Okay, it's all a cycle, guys. Holding on to losers, snatching up profits. Holding on to losers, snatching up profits. Okay, and then because you hold on to losers, you get bigger losers than you would like. Okay, and it goes against your methodology and your plan. Okay, and you're snatching up profits. You're not getting the winners that you should. Okay, that is a part of your plan. And in order for your plan to succeed, you need to let your losers ride. Okay, maximize profits. Now, people always talk about minimizing losers, maximizing profits. Minimizing losers, maximizing profits. Everybody knows that's the right thing to do. Everybody knows that's the right thing to do. But yet again, why is it that so many of us fail to do it? Why? It's all about the why, guys. One thing that's changed my mindset in trading, not only from a technical perspective, also from the mindset perspective, I'm always asking myself, why? Why does the market do what it does? Why does the market go up? Why does it go down? Why does it hit this resistance and then go back down? Why does it hold this support and then go back up? Why is it that sometimes it moves a little bit further? Why does it sometimes it doesn't move just as far on the same setup? You know, why? Asking these questions about the why will give you all the answers that you need. And most of these answers are already within you. All you need to do is open up. Open up. Open up your mindset. Okay? Stop looking for the answers in books. Okay? Now, there are some good books out there, right? Don't get me wrong. But now there's a lot of material, especially in trading, even on trader psychology, which I feel personally is a little bit irrelevant at times. Now, with anything, you always need to take it on. Okay? Try it on. Okay? Try it out for yourself. Now, let's look at the next thing. Fear pulling the trigger. This is a big one. Once traders have, experienced the string of losers, okay, and know exactly what they've got to do, but can't do it. They have the will to do it, but they just can't do it. Okay, they really, really, really get up every day. They psych themselves up. You know, I made these mistakes yesterday. I'm not going to do them today, only to experience that they do them again. And this cycle continues again and again and again. And it's time to wake up, guys, because it's happening for a reason. It's not happening because you don't want it to happen. Okay, it's not happening because of what you're thinking consciously. It's all happening because of what's happening on the unconscious level. It's all about how you're being. Okay, all about your state, all about your automatic behaviors, your automatic emotional behaviors, more so than anything, that lead to your actions that you take. Fear pulling the trigger, big one, guys, big one. A lot of people get into this, deer in the headlights syndrome, right? They see the trade, perfect setup, about to pull the trigger, then try to chase the market. Okay, just getting way too late. Most of you guys probably been there, right? I know I have. Now, it's all about honesty, guys. All about honesty. The more honest you are, only when you're honest with yourself, you're going to break through. Now, if you have no issues with holding up the losers, snatching out profits, fear pulling the trigger, and you're one of the best traders in the world, you don't really need to be here. But you might pick up something you can take in other areas of life. Okay, but majority of you, as I know, will probably be here for a reason. Okay, to learn something. Now, you've got to look at why we have this fear pulling the trigger. Now, it's not because we have fear. Why is we can't pull the trigger because of fear, right? And maybe anxiety. However, why? Okay, again, why? The why behind everything. Why do we have fear? Where does fear come from? Okay, we don't say we want to experience fear so that I can't pull the trigger. You just don't do that. You don't say, oh, I'm about to pull the trigger on this trade. Now give me a bit of fear. You don't do that, do you? Right? It happens automatically. Now, some of you guys may experience a little bit more fear than others. Okay, now fear for me, I've learned to embrace it. It's a part of trading. Some trades you will just generally have more fear than other trades. Now, we don't look to eliminate fear completely. Okay, I don't even really work too much on the fear level because I believe that if you begin to work on your filters, your beliefs, your attitude, okay, this actually works on the level, okay, of your perception. Okay, so as the information is coming in, okay, even before the information has even hit you, okay, actually been internally represented within your mindset, you've already let go of the pain and the fear. So if pain and fear is no longer there, you have to work very little with it. However, there will be sometimes you may have these little sensations, okay, of fear, which is natural. However, you learn to love it, you learn to embrace it. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about fear today, maybe in another event, okay, because it's a huge subject itself. Okay, now what I want to do is just focus on your beliefs, okay, focusing on filtering the information around us, okay, based upon who we are. Okay, so we change the way we see the world around us. We change the way we see trading. Okay? Now, think of, again, fear of pulling the trigger. Okay? The reason we have a fear of pulling the trigger is because risk is involved, right? Okay, and the unconscious mind knows that with risk comes the possibility of a loss, right? So now, as soon as we present this information to our mind, it may happen very quickly, but as soon as our unconscious mind picks up, okay, we're experiencing an event right now, okay, risk is involved, okay, therefore a loss may be involved, I better bring about some pain. This is what's happening on the unconscious level. Now, I better bring about some pain and therefore a negative emotion that tells me that I'm about to experience maybe some pain. Now, pain is going to be your experience, right? Okay. However, your pain of loss. Now, that is if you let losing be a pain. You've got to change your beliefs of what a loss is in order to not experience pain associated with a loss, right? Everybody feeling this? Okay. The unconscious mind's purpose is not to help you get wealthy. Okay. It's not to help you get wealthy. Another breakthrough statement there for some. The unconscious mind's purpose is not to help you get wealthy. Think about that, right? How can it be? The unconscious mind's purpose, highest intention, is to keep you alive. That's nothing to do with being wealthy. Now, if your unconscious mind, if you have to give up everything you own in order to stay alive, your unconscious mind will do whatever it can to help you do that. Now, if that involves avoiding losses and avoiding risk, right, it will help you do that. No problem. You don't even have to ask it to. You don't even have to ask it to. Soon as it knows that, the pain may be your experience or hurt may be your experience, it's going to stop you from going into a situation where you may experience that. It will do whatever it can. And therefore, it will give you a little bit of fear, give you a little bit of anxiety. It will throw these little things at you. Okay? Just to let you know that, it's sort of a warning in a way. Fear is a warning. It's a sensation that just tells you, wait a minute, something might happen that you might not like here because you've got a belief that this is bad. Crazy, right? Now, when I figured this out for myself, yeah, quite right, Matt. I thought exactly to myself, wow, oh my God, this is how we're conditioned. Is it really surprising 95% of traders are failing? I know some of you guys are a little bit quiet right now, but as I said, I'm going to express myself. I'm going to express what I believe. And I believe this ought to be true, 100%. Excellent, guys. Right, the unconscious mind's purpose, again, is not to help you get wealthy unless you make it the purpose. You can make your unconscious mind's purpose to make you wealthy. Wealthy beyond your wildest dreams. That's how powerful this is. Okay, if you begin to work on this level, it will have a huge impact. But however, you have to do something. You can't just attend the event and listen and say, yes, 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 I get that, and then do nothing. It's all about following through. That's why I have to give you practical methods. I have to give you something to work with, right? Because how many of us have attended these events before on trader psychology, read the books? Fantastic book, Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. You know, there's some other fantastic books, right? But however, where's the methods? Where's the methods, man? You know, how do we go about making these changes? Right. Let's move on, guys. Okay, this again for some, I've drawn some lovely diagrams. Okay, for some that are not quite so auditory, I understand that, and some of you do not learn as well as others through just listening. So it's important that I explain this visually, right? And some of you, may not get the real breakthrough until you actually do the practicals, because you're more kinesthetic and you learn through feeling. However, I'm trying to express my feelings and my emotions through what seems strange, an online event. Okay, but hopefully you guys are feeling the truth in this. Okay, so if you don't hear it, feel it. If you don't hear it, see it. If you don't feel it, see it. This is how it works. The unconscious mind, or the unconscious trader's comfort cycle. Now, a lot of people have heard about the comfort zone, right? Where most of us like to live our lives. In the comfort zone. Now, one of the things I like to do, is always is natural to fall back into the comfort zone. Okay, we become comfortable, then there's always a time where you have to step out. Okay? Step out of this. Okay? Take yourself to the next level. A lot of people get knocked back in because of some obstacles. Now, everybody experiences obstacles, right? Now, I'm going to talk about obstacles in a bit. But however, look at this, guys. This is the cycle, okay, that takes place on the unconscious level, the mindset for most traders, right? And not only in trading, we used to do some presentations. Brian used to do a lot of stuff on, managing your own personal finances and mindset, because we are strong believers that everything that you do outside of trading would have a huge effect in your trading. Okay, huge believers. If you're undisciplined in your lifestyle in general, you'll be undisciplined in trading. You are who you are. How you do things in life outside of trading is how you're going to do things within trading. Believe it or not, it's the truth. Okay? If you do not understand what I'm talking about, just think about maybe if you go to the gym, for example. If you motivate yourself to go to the gym with a half-assed attitude, okay, that's exactly how you'll be in your trading. Okay, now some of you may be into martial arts or something. Great way to learn discipline. Okay, if you want to learn discipline, join the army. It's the best way to learn discipline. Not that I've been in the army, but I've often thought about it just to learn discipline. Okay, so now how you are in life, how you are with your money. Okay, outside of trading. Now, if you're poor with your finances outside of trading, you'll be poor at money management within trading. Sorry, but that's the truth. Whether you agree or not, is the truth. Okay? If you're poor with your finances out of trading, you'll be poor at money management within trading. Because your belief and your mindset about money outside of trading is the same within trading. On the unconscious mindsets level, it's the same. Money is money. Whether it's in trading or whether it's in your bank account. Whether it's your trading account, whether it's your bank account. It doesn't matter. Now, most people in a working lifestyle, okay, generally go through this cycle as well. Okay? They live paycheck to paycheck. Okay? They start off, okay, just okay in the comfort zone, go down to, okay, not profitable, I'm broke, or I haven't got enough. Okay? I need some more. Okay, need some more money. Now let's think about this in terms of money, right? Let's think about this in terms of just, you know, general sort of paycheck to paycheck worker, right? In a day-to-day 9-to-5 job. Now, this also relates to trading as well. You'll see why. Okay, however, you know what will generally happen? You see, okay, they will go down. Okay, they're comfortable, and they drop down. They get to a level what they call the broke mindset. Okay, they don't have enough. Okay, they come through the comfort zone, comfortable. Okay, however, the unconscious mind will help you get back to not broke. Okay, which is keep you safe, right? It's a safe zone. The unconscious mind's job is to keep you safe. So once it realizes that you're broke, it will help you get to not broke. Okay, it won't get you to wealthy, it will get you to not broke. Okay, once it knows you're not broke, okay, I've done my job. Okay, now let's go back now to the comfort zone. Okay, through the broke. Okay, now it keep doing the cycle. Okay, because it won't know when to react. It reacts here automatically. When you're broke, it's saying, oh no, I haven't got no money. Okay, let me get some money. Okay, now I've got enough. Okay, I'm safe. Right? Then you go back down. Okay, and you get back to this level broke. Okay, and people do this on a month-to-month basis. People that are in full-time employment may be aware of this. Okay, people do this with their trading accounts and not aware of it, and I wonder why they do it. Okay, now if this is your mindset when you're outside of trading, okay, and you're living paycheck to paycheck in this way, this is why. Yeah, exactly. Disgusting, but so familiar, right? It's true. Okay, most of you guys will, you know, when the thing is, when you hear the truth, okay, something within you resonates with it, and you know it to be the truth. It's funny, but it's sort of, you can't explain why, but you just know. Wait a minute, this makes a lot of sense. When I first heard this, and I thought, oh my God, you know, my mentor in NLP actually showed me this, and I was like, oh my God, you know, this is absolutely true, absolutely true. Right, and now it may be even to the fact, you know, everyone's broke and not broke level is different, right? Now, some people's broke level might be, you know, £1,000 in the bank. Now, some people's not broke level might be £5,000 in the bank. Okay, so you go, okay, I've got £1,000 in the bank. I need a bit more. Okay, I've got to pay the bills, got to feed the children. Okay, got to pay the mortgage. Get to not broke. Okay, I've got enough. Unconscious mind does its job, takes you back to broke. Okay, and then we'll do this again and again and again. Right? And same thing in trading. Okay, you'll be in the comfort zone where you're making just enough, and then it gets to the level where you're not making anything, and you think, okay, I need to do something now. I need to make some money in my trading. Take yourself up to being profitable again. Okay, once you start becoming profitable and you think, oh, okay, my unconscious mind is now satisfied. You want to say that yourself, but your unconscious mind will say, okay, I'm satisfied. I've done my job. I've got to a safe level in my trading account. Now let me take me back to break even. Okay, and now just to get some more motivation again, let me take myself below break even. Funny, right? I just laugh every time I see this because it's so true. Now, you guys probably want to know how to change this, right? How would you go about changing this? Well, what you don't do is change the cycle. The cycle is always going to be there. What you do is change your beliefs about what broke is and what not broke is. Okay, you change your beliefs about what not profitable is and what profitable is. Okay, so if your belief of being not profitable is 0 in your trading account, okay, in which case you've wiped yourself out, and your belief about being profitable is maybe having, you know, £20,000 in your trading account. Okay, now I'm just using just throwing numbers out here. Now some of you guys will be trading a lot bigger, right? Now you might say, okay, I'm not profitable if I have less than 100 grand in my account. Okay, but I'm profitable as long as I got 1 million. Okay, now for some of you that will be okay. Okay, you'll be happy going down to not profitable at 100 grand. Okay, however, you want to develop some momentum here, right? Okay, you don't want to keep being stuck in this cycle of being not profitable then profitable. Okay, what you want to do, right, is, I mean, let me just finish about the cycle. Actually, I mean, some of you guys think that some of the most successful people in the world don't go through this. They do. You know, it's just that, you know, somebody like Bill Gates or Richard Branson, okay, or some of the top traders in the world, you know, trading millions and billions or whatever, Yeah. The only difference between them and you is their belief about what is broke and not broke. Now, Bill Gates, his belief of broke maybe if he's only got 100 million in his account, and not broke maybe if he's got billions and billions. You see what I mean? So you just change your broke and not broke level, or what you define as you believing as being what is not profitable and what is profitable. You change your beliefs about these labels. That's all they are, labels. Labels in your unconscious mind. You change what is defined as being not profitable and profitable, and what is not enough, what is enough. Now, the other thing is, now this is more like a sideways market, right? However, if imbalance occurs in a market, right? Not that often, but 15% of the time, 85% of the time, you'll find you'll on an unconscious level, you'll stay within the comfort zone. But every now and again, what I do is look to create some imbalance. See how this ties into trading as well? It all ties up. The cycles in trading, the cycles in the markets. Okay. Now, at some point when we get to the break, when we get to profitable, okay, or we've got enough, we want to continue. We want an uptrend. Okay. Now, we can take ourselves to the next level. Okay, out of this zone by using some techniques again from NLP. Now, you can change your beliefs. That's one way. One of the most powerful techniques you can use to define goals and desired outcomes and create momentum in order for you to achieve them. Okay, is to use timeline therapy. We're not going to really go too much into timeline therapy today. However, it will be. It's a huge subject. Okay, so I won't have enough time to do that today. However, you guys will get enough. Okay, but I just want you to understand this cycle exists. Okay. Any questions? Excellent. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving, guys. Right. For unconscious change. Now, we talked about the filters, right? Now, the most important filter that we have to begin to change is our beliefs. Okay, so it's the core of who we are. Okay, it's the core of our being. Okay, who we generally express ourselves to be in life is based upon our beliefs. Now, for some, beliefs it's a pretty big subject, right? Okay, so I want to explain a little bit what I believe about beliefs, okay, and what we believe in the field of NLP. Okay, the beliefs that we hold act as a major filter for how we process our external environment. We talked a little bit about that before, so now refer back to the NLP communication model. Okay, the NLP communication model, and you'll see what I mean. Okay, the beliefs are the filters, okay, to our external environment. It's one of the filters. Now, attitudes, memories also act as filters as well. However, beliefs are a big thing because the beliefs actually have a bearing on our attitude. Our beliefs have a bearing on the memories as well, and it affects the memories that we hold. And also the values that we hold as well. Okay, they generally all stem from beliefs. So beliefs is where you have to start when you start to work on the unconscious level. Okay, now a lot of NLP guys work this in a different way. I had to understand NLP from my own perspective, using my questioning, the why behind everything. And I had to get down to this, wait a minute, the beliefs are basically the foundation and the core of who we are. So now if we're going to begin to work for change anywhere, we have to begin to work with beliefs. Okay, and what I've learned from my experience and working with others is that when you work on beliefs, a lot of the other stuff deals itself. Okay, deals with itself. So it's the most important thing to begin to work with beliefs first of all. Now, everything that we perceive must pass through our filter of beliefs. Everything that we perceive, everything that goes on around us has to pass through our filters, okay, and our filter of beliefs. Based upon our beliefs, we will then distort, delete, or generalize the information. Therefore, our beliefs determine how we internally represent and shift our physiology based upon the information around us. So again, just to repeat, therefore our beliefs determine how we internally represent and shift our physiology based upon the information around us. Okay? So it's a core determining factor on how we're seeing the world around us. Okay? And also how we shift our physiology based upon the information around us has a huge, huge effect. Okay, so holding beliefs, okay, in a particular way, basically are very core to the effect of our actions and behaviors. The internal representation and physiology that we hold, okay, will affect our state. Okay, we talked about this a little bit earlier, and therefore our emotional and physical behaviors and actions. Right, so we're working on the beliefs in order to be able to shift the internal representation and physiology. Okay, therefore that affects our state. Okay, and therefore that will shift how we emotionally and physically behave and take action. Okay, if our beliefs are more in line with our desired outcomes, we are in a much better position to achieve the results that we require. So if our beliefs are more in line with our desired outcomes, we are in a much better position to achieve the results that we require. Spare me a sec, guys. I've just got to put the lights on. It's getting a bit dark in this room. So let's have a look at the beliefs then. You know, what are beliefs? What are our beliefs? Or what exactly is a belief? Right. A belief is what you decide or agree to be true. Now, so a lot of these answers you'll get yourself. Okay, just ask yourself a question: what is a belief? Now think about it. Sometimes you can just think about things logically, consciously. Just ask yourself the question: you know, what is a belief? Okay, what is a belief? A belief is what you decide or agree to be true. Okay, that may not necessarily be true. Okay, so a belief is what you decide or agree to be true. However, it may not necessarily be true. Okay, so this is a funny thing. We can actually take on beliefs. Okay, in a way, beliefs are actually lies, right? If you really think about it. Funnily enough, I had a look at the word belief. If you have a look at it closely, you'll actually see the word be lie. Funny, right? So beliefs are nothing but apart from agreements that we make with ourselves to be true. However, they don't necessarily have to be true. So each and every person, each and every human being has a different set of beliefs, which form their belief system. Okay, so beliefs themselves are individual. Okay, however, together, a collection of beliefs form what we call our belief system. So think of it as a museum of beliefs. Okay, so if you picture a museum and maybe think of your beliefs as maybe the items that are displayed within that museum. Okay, Now, with all these items that fill this museum, you may decide what you put up and take away at any time. It's your museum, okay? You're the owner, right? So you don't have to necessarily take on beliefs that you don't agree with, okay? Now, generally we do take on beliefs from others as well, so I'll talk about that as well, okay? But we can also form our own beliefs, okay? Some which are limiting, some which are empowering. Okay, so the key thing to remember here is that we can actually decide, we can make the decision to put up a new belief and take away a belief at any time that we feel we need to. Okay, most of us will not do this. Okay, majority of us will just go about living our lives without even thinking about shifting beliefs. Okay, which is nothing wrong with that. But if you want huge shifts to happen, okay, and changes to happen very quickly in your life, you need to do things a little bit differently. Okay, so you probably heard before, if you keep doing the things you've always done, you'll always get what you always got. Okay, so now if you begin to do things a little bit differently, and for some, this is going to be real different, you know, working with your beliefs and actually being conscious of your limiting beliefs and your empowering beliefs that you hold, and actually begin to be the person that's in charge of these beliefs. It's going to have a huge breakthrough for some of you. I know it did for me. Okay, so generally what we're going to focus on is beliefs that come in two forms. Okay, beliefs that affect our desired outcomes. Okay, the beliefs that affect our desired outcomes are going to be our limiting beliefs. Okay, so these are the beliefs that hold us back from our desired outcomes, because after all, what we're trying to achieve here is some sort of goal. Okay, some sort of outcome in life. We're trying to experience something in life that we feel that we maybe deserve, or we feel that we should experience, or we would like to experience. So it's a desire. You desire a particular outcome that you wish to experience. Okay, now think of your limiting beliefs as those beliefs that you hold that stop you from achieving that desired outcome or that experience. Now, empowering beliefs are those that drive you towards a desired outcome or goal, okay, or desired experience. Okay, what you need to do is begin to open yourself up and continuously look to highlight limiting beliefs and replace them with empowering beliefs. And you have to do this if you wish to continue to grow. Okay, if you want to stay where you are, then you may not need to do this. Or you can continue to try and do this through the willpower and determination method. Okay, you might get there one day, but it will take you a lot longer. However, if you start to tap into the unconscious level and start to work with your beliefs firstly, removing those limiting beliefs and installing more empowering beliefs, changes can start to happen pretty much instantly. Everyone feeling this still? Okay, ready to move on? Excellent. Getting some good feedback so far, guys. So you guys are really feeling this. Okay, so what exactly are beliefs? Let's continue. Our beliefs are at the core of who we are. As I said before, who you are as a person, the actions that you take, okay, a huge determining factor is going to be the beliefs that you hold. Okay, as well as the other filters, but the beliefs are the main thing, right? So the beliefs guide our decisions and behavior in all areas of life. So it's not just about trading here. Now, I obviously want to focus on trading because that's what it's all about. Okay, that's what we've really put this event together for. However, trading is a lifestyle. And I always say this to the guys that ever take up coaching with me. I always say that trading is a lifestyle. Now, trading isn't just about finding a method and, you know, finding a system. Trading is going to change your life. Okay, and your life and how you are is going to change your trading. So as a cycle, you will have a huge effect on your trading, probably more so than your trading will have an effect on you. Now, the thing is, people start to trade in order to, because they believe that it will lead to a better life for themselves. However, and I did myself, you know, I originally got involved in trading because of money. You know, I wanted to make more money. And that usually is what draws people into trading. However, you soon find that the money aspect of trading is actually a byproduct of actually trading successfully. And then you soon realize that actually trading successfully is a byproduct of who you are. So you sort of come around full circle, right? And I think all traders, successful traders, experience this and actually learn this at some point. Okay, our beliefs determine what we think is or is not possible. I'll repeat that they determine what we think is or is not possible. Okay, so I always say what you believe is what you experience. More often than not, they prove to be self-fulfilling prophecies. So if you take on a belief, the unconscious mind will do the rest to fulfill the prophecy of that belief. You don't actually have to do anything. So this is why it makes sense to be conscious of the beliefs that you actually hold. And you have hundreds of them, okay? Probably thousands. And now I started working on beliefs, and I thought, wait a minute, okay, I'll work on this belief. And I thought, okay, now I need to work on this belief. And you know, there's you'll start to highlight so many limiting beliefs that you never knew you had, right? And this is what you need to do. You open yourself up. That's why I say you ask yourself the questions, and only you're going to know what your limiting beliefs are, okay, and what empowering beliefs you want to install. I can't tell you that. I can give you some guidelines that I want to go through in a part of this presentation, okay, and you'll see that. So some of our beliefs are also not fully our own, okay, rather blindly taken on from others. So, I mean, even what I'm discussing with you guys, and I always say this to you guys in the trading room, you guys know that how I like to represent my ideas and coach you guys. I like to, you know, I have to express my beliefs and my opinions and what you know, this is who I am. However, you need to take that on and, you know, decide for yourself whether you want to agree with that. Okay, you need to test it on for yourself. That's what I always say. You know, try it on. You know, try it on yourself. It might not fit. You know, so try it on yourself. My beliefs are not necessarily your beliefs. You know, they don't necessarily have to become yours. Now, my method, you know, my trading method, for example, you guys might want, you know, you want to follow that. Obviously, it's my job to express my methodology and teach you guys how I trade it. But you know, what I've noticed is the guys that have been trading with us a longer period of time and actually been part of the room for a period of time, they've actually began to sort of build their own method based upon my method. Okay, something which suits them a little bit better. Okay, I know some guys which actually are more suited to scalping, so they went down the scalping route, and I've showed them how to scalp because that suits them better. Some guys that I've shown how to trade that take the same method that I use on an intraday basis and use it more for a swing trading basis. Now, trading has to fit you. Okay, your method has to fit you. Okay, you don't make yourself fit into the method. Okay, you make your trading method fit you. Okay, and that's one of the most important things to do as well. So, you know, some beliefs are taken on from others. Okay, if somebody tells you something and you think, okay, yeah, that sounds about right, and I'll take that on, that now becomes my belief. Okay, so you borrow beliefs as well. So the other thing is you got to remember, once a belief is formed, our unconscious mind actually works overtime to prove that it is right. So even if the belief is something negative, okay, remember the unconscious mind doesn't process negative. Okay, it doesn't know whether something is right or wrong. It doesn't know. Okay, it just knows it is. Okay, it doesn't think that this belief is bad or whether it's good. There is no good or bad. Okay, on the unconscious level, there is no negative or positive on the unconscious level. It just is. Right. So the unconscious mind doesn't process negatives. Okay, so just remember that. Okay, so So over time, you know, if it just takes it for what it is, okay. So if you say that a belief is negative, okay, and you just state through the language that it appears as negative and there's negative feelings and sensations associated with it, okay, that is what in a way sort of determines the behavior from the unconscious level. Okay, so over time, what your unconscious mind will do, it will prove all your beliefs right. Okay, it will try to prove them to be right. Okay, so something negative like nobody likes me or I'm a failure. Now, if that is your belief, it's going to make it true. Your unconscious mind will try and make that true. So if you believe nobody likes you, nobody will like you, right? That will be your experience. If you believe you're a failure, your experience will be you're a failure. If you believe that you're crap at trading, okay, or you believe that you struggle at trading, that will be your experience. If you believe that you struggle at trading, you know, your unconscious mind is going to say, yeah, you know, I'm a struggling trader. Now let that be my experience, right? So do we have to let our beliefs govern us though? Okay, and that's the thing. You can shift them. That's the main thing. You are in control. Although the unconscious mind is working automatically, however, you can tap into it. If you want to work with it, it will work with you. However, 99.9% of this world probably doesn't go there. Okay, they don't even bother to begin to work out how their mind works or how they work. It's a bit silly, really, because that's who you are, right? You're living this life through your mindset and who you are, but you don't want to know who you are and how you work. Okay, for me, you know, when I open myself up to these methods through NLP and begin to see how powerful the unconscious mind is, I made it my purpose to become an expert in this. Actually, really become an expert in understanding my mindset and who I really am. Okay, and this is really what I sort of urge you guys to do. Get to know yourself a little bit better. Okay, on the mindset level, and for some, if you're into it, on a more spiritual level as well. Okay, so even if they are harmful, your beliefs, even if they're harmful to others and ourselves, we will consciously make changes to what we believe on an unconscious and conscious level. Let me just repeat that, rephrase that. Okay, do we have to let our beliefs govern us? Okay, even if they are harmful to others and ourselves. Okay, can we consciously make changes to what we believe on an unconscious and conscious level? Okay, the answer is yes. Okay, a massive yes, we can. Now, I want to talk a little bit about knowing and believing. Now, this is something that I had to answer for myself because something that was bugging me. Now, if a belief isn't true, what is true? Okay, if a belief is basically just a lie that we basically take on. Okay, and it may not necessarily be true. It may be true. Okay, we can make ourselves believe it. Okay, so what is the difference? Okay, between a truth, okay, and a belief. So I had to ask myself this question, and this is the answers that I got. Now, to know that something is true consciously, okay, it has to have been experienced consciously. Okay, this is what I believe. Okay? This then becomes a conscious and unconscious truth. Once we've generally seen something, okay, or experienced something consciously, okay, we know that it is true. Okay, it's a little bit different to a belief. Now, you may take on a belief by saying that you believe it is true. Okay, this is then an unconscious truth. However, it's not a conscious truth. So whatever we believe is basically an unconscious truth. But whatever we know to be true is a conscious and unconscious truth. Okay, so that's the difference. If you guys trying to figure out the difference, this is what this is the conclusion I came to. Right? So what we know is something that is true consciously. And we have generally experienced that consciously, so that we have become conscious of that fact. Okay, so it becomes therefore a conscious and unconscious truth. However, a belief doesn't have to be true. Okay, but the unconscious mind doesn't believe, it doesn't need to know whether it's true or not. Okay, it just needs to know. Okay, it just needs to know whether it's a belief that you hold. It's just an object. A belief is like an object you put up in your unconscious mind. Okay, a part of your belief system. Okay, it's a part of your museum of beliefs. Right? So the unconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what is real and what is not real. Some of you guys have maybe done some work and looked at the work of Maxwell Maltz and psychocybernetics, and looked into maybe visualization techniques. Okay, the reason that they work is because you're working on more the unconscious level through visualization. Okay, and through the details, what you're really doing is sort of working on the same level we look to work with on the NLP level. Now, if some of you guys are not familiar with that work, you might want to get a hold of that book. Okay, Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. Okay, drop me an email if you like. It's one of the first books I actually read when I got into trading, and it had a profound effect on me. Okay, and I actually began to use visualization before and after trading. Okay, more so before trading than anything else. Visualizing my day ahead. Okay, sort of, noticing how I will react to trades, and being conscious, the sort of observer in a way. Okay, observing my day ahead in the mind's eye. However, what that does, it conditions my unconscious mind for the day ahead. It conditions it. It gets ready for what's coming up. It doesn't know whether it's happened or not. It just believes that it's happened because it's seen it. So your unconscious mind, whatever you show it, it's automatically a truth. Okay? So that's the most important thing to remember there. Okay, so as soon as you start to communicate with the unconscious mind, okay, it doesn't really need to know what's real or not. It just processes it. Okay, it is what it is. Okay, if you feed the unconscious mind limiting beliefs, it will take them on as truths and do all it can to prove that it is so. Okay, so even limiting beliefs and empowering beliefs. So it works both ways, right? Okay, so as it says there, luckily this also works for empowering beliefs, which is a good thing. Okay, so what we basically do for the processes that I want to talk about, we're basically going to look at removing limiting beliefs, okay, and look at installing more empowering beliefs. Next slide. Now, I'm a big believer also in the be, do, have formula. Okay, some of you guys may have come across this if you've watched The Secret or anything like that. You may be already familiar with this. Now, I'm a huge believer in this, okay, especially through doing my work in NLP as well. It all makes sense on how the mind works. This seems to be true. Okay, this seems to hold true, okay, with the NLP communication model. Now, you do not have to have anything to do something in order to be anything. Let me repeat that again. You do not have to have anything to do something in order to be anything. Okay, generally our mindsets are conditioned to believe that we have to have a certain something in order to do something, in order to be a particular way. Okay, so that might be that we need to have more money, okay, in order to do something, okay, in order to be maybe happy, right? Now, what I prefer to what this as is you should focus more on being first in a particular way and shifting your state of being. Then do what is required from that state of being in order to have anything. So there is a difference. Some of you guys may have to go over that a few times in order for it to really sink in. Okay, so now if you look at this in terms of the NLP communication model, okay, if our behaviors, yeah, exactly, profound, right? And that's exactly what I thought when I first, it really sort of hit home for me. Now, you know, we all focus on trying to have certain things. You know, we have to have maybe successful results in order to you know, do successful things, okay, in order to be happy. However, I don't believe that's what you really need to do. And what you need to begin to do is focus on your state of being, okay? Look at shifting your filters and how you see the world around you in order to shift your state. Because at the end of the day, whatever we have and how we do things is always going to be determined by our behaviors, right? If we look at the NLP communication model again, okay, our behaviors are all determined by that process, okay? Our external events go through our filters, okay? We delete, distort, generalize that information, okay? We internally represent that, okay, and make the physiological shifts that therefore affects our state of being, and then we do the things that we need to do, right? So even if you do believe that you have to have something in order to do something, to be a particular way, without you even consciously knowing it, you're actually being a particular way, okay, first, before anything. And even for you to experience having anything, you have to be, right? Bit of a silly question, but you have to, right? You know, if you're not being anything, how could you possibly have anything? Right? A bit silly, right? But you know, if we focus on being first, and from that state of being, do the things that we need to do, okay, then we can pretty much have anything. And that's why what, you know, we're obviously in the we're in the field of trading, most of us, right? I say all of us. You know, that's our profession. Okay, that's what we do. We trade. However, the way we trade is not going to be determined by how we're just doing it. Okay, it's always going to be affected by how we're being, our state of being. Okay, because our actions, behaviors are always affected on our state of being. So for us to trade successfully, if that's our goal, we need to focus on our state of being. Right? Now, you need to change the core of your being through your beliefs. Okay, the core of who you are and the core of your being. Okay, or beingness, or whatever you want to call it, who you are, is going to be through your beliefs. Okay, the changes required to take place in your state of being are going to be mainly through your beliefs. Okay, when you have that state of being and you have made the changes required on the level of beliefs, you then take action from that state of being. Okay, from that state of being, you would then experience and know through the actions that we've just taken. Okay, you would then experience and know through actions that which you believe to be true is actually really true. Okay, so it's through the experience that, and actually taking action based upon our state of being, that we actually begin to experience things for what they really are and actually begin to know that they're true. Okay, so this is, you know, sort of what you're trying to do. You know, you obviously have these unconscious beliefs, but you want to manifest them so that they become a knowing, so nobody can tell you otherwise. They are 100% true, right? Consciously and unconsciously. Now, what we have to do is start with installing empowering beliefs on the unconscious level, remove the limiting beliefs on the unconscious level, okay? And then through the experience that comes about, through installing those beliefs, we then become the knower. We become the knower of that experience, and therefore we begin to know consciously and unconsciously that that is actually 100% true. Right? So for example, if you want to believe you're a successful trader, now if you install that belief and that becomes your state of being, so you are in your state of being, your belief is that you are a successful trader. Now if you trade from that state of being, your experience is more likely to be that you are a successful trader. Now, if I'm losing any of you guys here, let me know. It may be a little bit of a thing to get your head around here, but when you think about it logically, it all makes sense. Okay, is this making sense to you guys? Just give me a quick yes. Just want to make sure I'm not losing anyone. Excellent. So basically all we're doing is we're really shifting our beliefs in order to change the experiences that we have, okay, and therefore affect the way we do things. Okay, so if we believe that we're a successful trader, okay, and we really truly believe that, and we install that belief from the unconscious level, our unconscious mind, remember, is going to do whatever it possibly can in order to make that become our experience and our truth. Okay, so if you're doing something from that state of being, okay, it's inevitable that your experience is also going to become the same. So you will then know consciously that the unconscious truth has now become a conscious truth. So that's a cycle. So that's what you're driving towards. You're driving through the unconscious mind, okay, installing an unconscious truth to begin to experience something consciously, to make a conscious truth. Let's move on, guys. So when the truth is known and a belief becomes a knowing, you are having whatever you decide quite naturally. So when the truth is known and you know consciously that it is for sure 100% true, that then becomes a knowing. Okay, you are then having whatever you desire quite naturally. So just through focusing on the state of being, okay, we do the things from that state of being, we will have what we desire naturally without even trying. Our unconscious mind will make it happen. But you got to trust in this process, guys. You got to trust in it. Okay, as I said, you can't really. For some, it may be even too good to be true. Okay, that's a limiting belief. Straight away, that's a limiting belief you begin to work with. Right, straight after this program, you work on that limiting belief. If you believe that this is too good to be true, okay, then work on that limiting belief. That's what it is. It's a limiting belief. It's holding you back. I know this to be true. Okay, and more people becoming aware that this is true. Now, we have different levels of limiting beliefs. So I want to help you understand limiting beliefs so that you can identify them yourselves. Now, there's different levels of limiting beliefs, right? So in NLP, okay, we generally put these into 3 categories. I'm just going through this, guys, because after today, you're gonna have to sit down and ask yourself, what are your limiting beliefs, to do the processes that I'm going to talk about. Okay, so you need to understand the sort of limiting beliefs that can exist. Okay, so generally the groups that we look at in NLP, okay, are hopelessness, helplessness, and worthlessness. Okay, generally your limiting beliefs will fall into those categories. So hopelessness, okay, an example here, my goal cannot be achieved under any circumstances. So basically you believe that you're hopeless in a way, right? Under any circumstances, you believe that belief, that goal cannot be achieved. Now that's a limiting belief. Of course the goal can be achieved, okay? As a human being, you have the power to do that, okay? So that is a limiting belief, okay? If you believe you're hopeless at something, okay, if you believe you're hopeless at trading, it's not true. Okay, you've got a belief that you're hopeless at trading that is making that true and your experience right now. But if you remove that limiting belief, you'll no longer have that experience. Right? So, helplessness. Okay, my goal can be achieved, but I lack the ability to achieve it. So, in a way here, you're sort of limiting yourself again. You know that the goal can be achieved, but you feel that, you know, you maybe don't deserve it, or I mean, so you don't have the ability to do it. Okay, so you don't feel that maybe you have the technical ability or the technical know-how to trade successfully. Now, if that's a fact, you know, and that's, you know, you might believe that, you know, you maybe do need to learn some technical stuff. But once you have a method and you're sim trading successfully, okay, there's no reason why you should have that belief. Okay, now worthlessness. Now it's actually quite surprising for me when I began to see this, that a lot of traders fall into this category with the limiting beliefs. They don't actually believe that they can achieve the goal. Now, that is going to be a huge determining factor. Okay, no willpower in the world of determination alone is really going to get you there. Okay. Okay, so worthlessness. I don't deserve to achieve this goal because of something I am or am not, or have not done. So that's another example there. Limiting beliefs can be a result of significant experiences in your lives as well. Now, some of these are a little bit more difficult to deal with. Now, some of you guys may have had experiences in your life that, in a way, are traumatic and difficult to deal with. And again, you know, willpower, determination alone, no way will help you in this level. Okay, you have to begin to work on the unconscious mindset level, and you may, for some, even need specialist help. Okay, and you know, if you know, I'm always open. My doors are open. If any of you guys are willing to open up with me, you know, I'll open up with you, and I'll be willing to work with you guys. If any of you guys really feel that you need to work on a deeper level, that's what I'm here for. Okay, and you know, the thing is, I'm not just a certified therapist, NLP therapist. I'm also a full-time trader. So I understand the game of trading, and I understand fully what it involves and what you may come across in trading. So, you know, there is some benefits of going to maybe a trader that is also a certified therapist. Now, there's not many around. I actually don't know of any, personally. You know, even the trader psychologist coaches that I've had the chance to talk with and work with in the past are not traders themselves. Okay, so I believe it can make a big difference. However, okay, let's just go back to this. Now, let's just consider this story, okay, about a man who, as a 9-year-old, killed his friend's 3-year-old brother while playing baseball. He was focusing so hard on his next swing that he did not notice the young boy running behind him. Okay, so as a man who was 9 years old, he killed his friend's 3-year-old brother whilst playing baseball. He was focusing so hard on his next swing that he did not notice a young boy running behind him. Now, that's a pretty big thing to deal with for someone. Okay, now that event will probably play back in the unconscious mind again and again and again for some, you know, if you go for an event like that. Now, luckily, you know, you can actually deal with this, these sort of events. I'm just giving you an example here, okay? So I had to give you a hard-hitting example just to make you understand how deep this can go. So as a result, this guy, okay, since he was 9 years old, has formed this belief that if he goes after his goal, he will end up hurting others. This belief has made it very difficult for him to succeed in adult life. And you can see why, right? So sometimes there's experiences that we have had in life, okay, that form memories, okay? And sometimes there will be events that are very difficult to let go of, okay? I personally had to go through, you know, some events in my life. You know, I lost my dad when I was a very young boy, you know, and it wasn't until I opened myself up. You know, I was only 7 years old. And I could now allow this to govern my life, and I could become a victim, okay, of my life. Now, I could have let this event ruin the whole of my life, or I could have used it, okay, to empower my life. I made the conscious decision to use it as a reason to do well and provide for my family. I used it as a motivation for me to succeed. So you can turn some of these events around okay, to make them more positive. Okay, now there's loads of things, loads of examples, and I can give you from my own life as well, and things that I've had to deal with. And some of the things that I've actually achieved in life has been a direct reflection of that one experience that happened to me. Okay, one thing that I had to go through. It's empowered me. I could let it break me, or I could make it empower me. I made the decision to let it empower me. Right? And that's what it's about. You make the decision to let these events empower your life rather than break you. Okay, so let me just give you some examples here. Okay. When I take a trade, okay, so this is some examples in terms of trading, where somebody has installed a limiting belief, okay, through the language that they use. So here is an example for a trader. Now, when I take a trade, what are these little things here? Just give me a sec. Sorry about that. Let me just continue here. So when I take a trade, I've lost money in the past. Therefore, if I go after my goal and take the trade, I might lose money. So what this trader has done, he has installed a limiting belief. Although, you know, it is true in a way, okay? When he takes a trade, he has lost money in the past. But however, the limiting belief is that if he goes after his goal and take another trade, he might lose money again. You know, there is some truth in that. However, it's a limiting belief. Okay? Because in trading, we have to embrace losers. Losing is a part of the game. Okay? So believing this belief that, you know, although it may hold some truth, okay, and holding this belief, though, however, in your museum of beliefs, is not going to serve you, right? So if you can highlight this limiting belief, you get rid of it. I'm going to show you the processes. Don't worry how to do this. They're very simple processes, and a lot of them work straight away. Some of them you have to do again. Now, here's another example. If I do not make money today, my family may think I am a failure. Now, these are just some simple examples that I've thought of and I've come across with traders before. If I do not make money today, my family may think I'm a failure. Okay, so now you can see how these things may play back again and again and again, okay, in the unconscious mind, okay, just through holding these beliefs. Okay, and they would have a huge effect on your state, okay, and therefore your behaviors. So let's have a look at the root of limiting beliefs and decisions. Okay, so we know what beliefs are now. We understand how the mindset works a little bit. Okay, and now we know that, you know, limiting beliefs can hold us back, and empowering beliefs can drive us towards our desired outcomes. Okay, but let's look at the root of beliefs. Okay, especially limiting beliefs. Okay, beliefs and limiting beliefs root from a conscious or an unconscious decision or agreement to think that something is true, even when you know that it is not. Okay? So that's basically what a belief or limiting belief is. Okay? They root from a conscious or an unconscious decision or agreement that we've made with ourselves, okay, to think that something is true, even though we know that it is not. Okay? One powerful method to deal with limiting beliefs is to use timeline therapy, to go back just before the time that you made a decision to agree. Okay, so this the decision to agree on something, okay, that may be true, that forms a belief. So anytime you make that decision to believe that something is true, now sometimes this may be consciously, now sometimes it may be unconscious. You may just say something, okay, or someone may just say something to you, and that that somehow installs itself on the unconscious level. Okay, that now becomes a limiting belief. Now, it's at that time that either that belief was installed, okay, where you made the conscious or unconscious decision to agree with it, okay, that it becomes a belief. Now, with timeline therapy, what you can do is go back in time, in a way, okay, before the time that you made the decision to agree, and realize that at that point, okay, you did not have that belief. Okay, so you did not believe in that belief. And what you do is then take those feelings, okay, so you basically take your mind through time, okay, through timeline therapy to a time before that decision was taken on and that agreement was made. Because before that decision or agreement was made, you didn't have the feelings and sensations associated with that belief. So you go back before the decision was made, and then you find the feelings that was associated with that belief before it became true, okay, and bring it back to the present moment. Now, this is timeline therapy. I'm not going to go too much into timeline therapy, but I just want to give you an idea of how that can also work, okay? But I'm going to use a different technique today, and I believe is actually just as powerful, or probably more powerful in a way. Timeline therapy does come into it, and for some people, we do have to use timeline therapy. However, for most, the techniques that we're going to use today will be more than powerful enough. Right, now, for traders, the three most important belief categories for traders that we have to consider are beliefs about their trading method, or beliefs about your trading method, your beliefs about money, and more importantly, beliefs about yourself. So it gives you an idea of the sort of beliefs you might want to look at, okay, within these categories. Okay, your beliefs about money in general, okay, what you believe to be your broke and not broke level, what you believe to be profitable and not profitable, okay. You know, how do you believe you are with money? You may have a belief that you are poor with money management outside of trading. Now, if that's your belief with money outside of trading, now your belief in trading unconsciously is already that you're a poor money manager. Now, it's impossible to become a good trading manager, a good money manager in trading, and a poor money manager outside of trading. You need to be good in both, because money is money, right? The unconscious mind doesn't know whether money is involved in trading or the money is involved outside of trading. The unconscious mind, money is money, right? And if you're managing it poorly outside of trading, that is going to reflect in your money in trading, your money management in trading, right? So there's a cycle there as well. So everything, how you do everything outside of your trading is going to reflect in your trading. So it's just, again, food for thought there. Something for you to just ponder on and think about, just understand. You'll notice that there's a huge amount of truth in all of this, okay? And most of you guys have probably seen that already. Some of you may just, the light bulb may come on later. Now, your beliefs about your trading method. Now, if you don't believe in your method, okay, and you have doubts about your method, there's no way you're going to be able to trade that successfully, right? So if you have limiting beliefs about your method, that's the first thing you want to sort out, okay, before anything else. Now, if you believe that your trading method doesn't necessarily manage money or manage your risk accordingly, okay, or appropriately, you may need to look at that, okay, and understand how to fix it, okay, because you've got to believe in your trading, okay. Now, you need a method, a trading method that you believe in 100%. No doubts about it. You can't have any doubts in trading, okay. How can you possibly expect to follow a plan that you have doubts about? Now, uncertainty, yes, we don't trade the markets with certainty. No trading method will give you 100% certainty. It's just not possible. Okay, so you always work with probabilities in your favor, then that way you have less doubt. Okay, so the method is important in the fact that it will affect your emotions in trading. Okay, the method is important. So you have to have a highly profitable method. Okay. Now, if you've taken the method, okay, from somebody else and you're trading somebody else's plan, now some of you guys are trading my method and my plan, you have to trade that plan and that method simulated, okay, until you become 100% confident in that method and that plan. Okay, you have to believe in that plan before you can even stand a chance of succeeding in trading that plan. Now, it has been known to see traders that take a plan, okay, or a system. Now, people buy black book systems, okay, and just think, okay, this is the backtest results. Now, I should be able to do exactly the same. And just to find that they can't, okay, they can't actually reflect those backtested results in reality. Now, some of it does come down to technicals and, and not, slippage and things like that. But however, a lot of it doesn't. A lot of it comes down to you and your ability to trade. Now, with automated systems, mechanical systems, best thing to do with those is set them up so that the mechanical, they trade themselves with a broker, okay? Have the platform set up in that way. I know some of you guys have already done that with one of our systems, and that's the best way to do it. Don't try and trade a mechanical system manually. If you want to trade manually, you want to trade more of a discretionary method that's highly probable, okay, high probability trade setups that work more often than not. I only really like to consider trades that, give me a minimum of 70% chance of working out, 80% chance of working out. Now, I don't really like to go with 50-50 trades, even though that I know there's a 50% chance that they can work out. Now, there's a lot of traders out there that work with 50-50 models, okay? They only get it right 50% of the time and get it wrong 50% of the time. Now, I know some traders that get it wrong a lot more than 50% of the time. Get it wrong 30%, 70% of the time and only get it right 30% of the time. Some of them get it wrong 80% of the time and only get it right 20% of the time. However, they can still be successful through their money management. Okay, keeping their losses small and keeping their winners big. However, psychologically, it's difficult to follow such a method. I find it easier to follow a method that's highly profitable. Okay, I have become accustomed to trading my method, and I know through my experience that it trades well and does well on a day-to-day basis, and I have 100% confidence in my method. Now, do you have 100% confidence in the method that you're trading? That is the question. If you don't, ask yourself why. What is it that you're not sure about? If it's just the fact that, it's a method that somebody else's and, you're not sure, okay, don't just take their word for it. Some of you guys take my method, don't take my word for it. Sim trade it for a few months, okay? Not just a week or two. It's not going to give you enough belief, okay? For a few months, okay? And if you can make money sim trading that method, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to reflect that in a real account. No reason at all. The only reason you won't be able to is if you have maybe mindset issues, okay? Things that you need to deal with. Right, so we've got to click on here, guys. So beliefs about money. Give you some ideas about the things that you need to think about there. Okay, and more importantly, your beliefs about yourself. Now, if you have no belief in yourself and your ability to succeed in trading, and not only in trading, in all areas of life, okay, then, if you don't have those beliefs that are going to empower you and drive you towards your desired outcomes, there's very little chance, unfortunately. I've got to tell you how it is, right? So some of this may be a bit hard-hitting, but we've got to be truthful here. Okay, you've got to believe in yourselves, okay, more than anything else. So these are the three categories that you need to really ask yourself, what limiting beliefs do I hold in these areas, okay? And maybe what empowering beliefs in these areas can I install? Okay, so here's some examples of limiting beliefs for traders, right? Losing is bad. Risk is bad. Money is hard to make, or you have to work hard to make money. Trading is difficult. I struggle to make money trading. I have doubts about my trading system or method. I find it hard to let my winners ride and to maximize profit. I find it difficult to cut my losers short. most of you guys may straight away identify, wait a minute, I have some of those. First thing, straight away, you guys, if you notice, identify with any of these, that you know, for most, the top two will be sort of conditioned from a young age. So that's the first thing I had to learn to deal with, okay? I had to understand that losing isn't bad. Okay, risk is bad. Risk is bad. Guess what? In trading, it's a risky business. And if you think risk is bad, you're in the wrong business, dude. Right? You need to change either your belief about risk, okay, or find a business that doesn't involve risk. Now that's impossible because all businesses involve risk. All right, guys. Now, some of the others there. Money is hard to make, or you have to work hard for money. Now that, you know, most of you guys have probably heard this before, is, you know, conditioning from a young age. You know, our parents tell us, you know, we got to work hard for your money, we got to get a good job, work hard, you know, and that's the only way to make money. That's the only way to succeed. It's not the only way to succeed, because in trading, as you guys are probably aware, you can make money very, very quickly, okay, with very little effort in the actual trade itself. Now, you may have to work hard at becoming a successful trader, and some of you guys may be beginning to see how much it involves, okay? But there's a big reason, there's a huge reason why 95% of traders fail and only 5% make it. And if you want to be in the top 5%, you can start making these shifts. Now, if you're in the top 5%, all good, you know, but you may even want to become maybe one of the best in that 5%. You can always get better. You always got to continue to grow. I always say in the trading room, you know, you got to always look to grow. If you stop growing, what are you? You know, if anything stops growing, it basically dies, right? So you got to continue growing all the time. For me, trading is all about growing all the time. I never stop growing. There may be times where I get comfortable, but now I'm conscious of that. Okay, I get comfortable and I think, wait a minute, I'm getting comfortable here. Now this is becoming easy. Let me move to the next level. Okay, what's my next level? What's my next goal? Okay, what's my desired outcomes? What's limiting me? What's keeping me right now where I am right now? Okay, something's holding me back. Now, what is it? For some, it may be just that you haven't set your goal. You haven't set your desired outcome. You just don't know where to go. You've got nothing to aim for. Okay? Some of the others, you know, I have doubts about my trading system method. You know, if you have doubts about your trading system method, you know, you've got to build your belief up. You know, you've got to build your belief about your method and system first of all. You know, that's the first place to start. If you don't believe in your method, you're gonna struggle. It's inevitable. You know, you have to believe in your method. Okay. The other thing, you know, hugely common. Find it hard to let my winners ride. Okay, I find it difficult to difficult to cut my losers. Okay, that belief, okay, and using that language, I find it difficult to cut my losers short, is the exact reason why you find it difficult to cut your losers short. Right? Find it hard to let my winners ride and to maximize profits. That language that you're using right there, the language that is installed within that belief, that makes up that belief, okay, is a reason why you're finding it hard. Remove it. Okay, it's not hard to remove these beliefs. Okay, you just got to work on it. Now, that's the limiting beliefs. Now let's work on the empowering beliefs that we need to use. Okay, some empowering beliefs for traders. I am a successful trader. I will win every day in my trading. I will hit my daily target every day. I'm the best trader in the world. You know, remember, the beliefs don't necessarily have to be true, right? They just have to empower you, okay, and cause momentum so that you are more likely to head towards your desired outcome or goal. You're trying to create momentum here by installing beliefs. Doesn't necessarily have to be true, you know. If you have a doubt about an empowering belief, okay, that's a limiting belief, right? So you've got to let go of your doubt, right? Now, empowering beliefs can be whatever they want to be. You see on the next page, my own beliefs that I hold. That's who I am, man. You know, I hold these beliefs. I know some of them aren't true, but because I believe them, I have a much more better chance of that, that actually becoming my experience. I manage my losses and keep them small. I maximize my profits in every trade. I adapt to the changing market environment. I am a confident trader and have huge confidence in my method, system, and my ability to trade. My higher self helps me to trade to my fullest potential every day. Now, some of those beliefs, just examples, guys, you'll get this, so you can use those. Let's crack on. Okay, so here's some examples. I told you guys in the trading room that I'm going to share with you guys some of my own empowering beliefs. Right? Now, this will just give you an idea, okay, that you need to be really sort of going out there, okay? You need to be, don't limit yourself. When you install empowering beliefs, the whole point of them being empowering is that they're not limiting, right? So don't hold yourself back, okay? Don't cut yourself short. Don't cut yourself short. You know, don't say I want to be I want to be number 10 in the world. Say I want to be the best in the world. Don't cut yourself short. Don't limit yourself. All right? These are my empowering beliefs. I believe I'm the best trader in the world. I don't care what you say. I know I am. I'm the best trader in the world. I believe that, and therefore I am. I am the best traders coach in the world. You know? I hold that belief because I believe I am. Right? Now, I may not necessarily be the best traders coach in the world, truthfully, right? However, I believe I am. Now, if I believe I am unconsciously, and consciously, I'm putting myself out there way on my way to becoming one. I know some of you guys are replying, that's it, I want to hear that. Makes me even believe even more that I am. Right? So you see what I mean? Don't hold yourself back, guys. Don't hold yourself back. Now, some of this, I told you guys are going to get to know me on a different level, right? Now, I know not necessarily everybody's a spiritual person, they don't necessarily believe in what I call the God force, okay? But this is one of the most empowering beliefs I have. I allow the God force to flow through me for guaranteed success every day. Now, how empowering is that? Right? I allow the God force to flow through me for guaranteed success every day. Now, when you hold that sort of belief, nothing's going to hold you back, right? Nothing can potentially hold you back. Now, you can see how the power of beliefs can have a huge effect on how you are as a person, right? And all you got to do is try these on the unconscious level, and you just wait. Your unconscious mind will do what it takes, okay, to make these become true on the conscious level, okay? I will protect and serve my family through my success. I will fulfill my purpose to help others in my life and leave a legacy. I am who I believe I am, nothing less or nothing more. I create my reality. I make life happen. It does not happen to me. Everything is energy, including money. Everything and everyone is connected at some level of consciousness. Now, I hugely believe that everything and everything is connected. Now, if I am connected to everything, including money, I don't even have to desire it. It's already part of me. I just call it upon me.